Episode 569 of Fun Music. I just lost the battle to get on screen with Charlie, as you can see. Take it over, Charlie.
Okay. Access to ARASAKA and Void, which is that's how it's written at the end. Um, this came out in 2010, and they are from Rochester, New York. 16 tracks, 55 minutes, and this is an electronic glitch experimental group, one man guy. Um, yeah, um, so the reasoning behind this album is so these 16 new tracks of dark sonic futurism inspired by the history of future of sound of I'm sorry, future of system hacking, from the phone freaks to the console cowboys, dirty hippies using blue boxes at payphones 40 years ago, to the unborn children wandering cyberspace 40 years from now. An open invitation for the listener to imagine what a computer might attempt to comprehend when its system is under such an attack. Perfectly dark, cinematic, complex, and hauntingly surreal. Let me show you. Okay. So as you guys were able to hear, um,
That was
yeah,
trippy, man.
it is. It's very, very trippy. He does a lot went into this. Even the electroacoustics went in with him experimenting with a bunch of equipment and sounds. As you'll be able to read more in the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
he's done so much that went into this album, but this is
Yeah,
his
that
first album.
particular song, it sounded like it had little tweaks of Kraftwerk and Future Sound of London in there.
It did, yeah. And
Oh, that's interesting.
this is his second album out of seven albums that he's got on this his Bandcamp channel and on YouTube and Spotify. So yeah, check him out. Access to Arasaka. It's so good. The album Void. Highly recommend this. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Glitch is where it's at, man. I love Glitch.
yeah, Glitch. Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube, you will find this guy. Next one, Fossil Aerosol Mining Project.
Hmm.
I've been meaning to cover this for a long time. And this is technically whoever they are, this is only the picture that I know that exists. I don't know if I don't think the actual guys took pictures of themselves. So this is technically their first album, even though on this other record label, they have a cassette of it that being the original first album, but it's only on cassette, and this is officially released in supposedly 1997, but I saw on a different online set that it was released between 2008 to 2009. So it's quite unsure which one's the accurate release of this one. Environmental Adjustments, March of 1997.
Hmm.
Um, so this is their first album, six tracks, 41 minutes, and it's considered ambient electronic, tape music, and experimental. And they're from Illinois. So
Wow.
let me play this first one here.
Roto Dark. ambient electronic, all right. It does sound like an artifact. Crazy.
Okay, so listening to this, it I felt like I was in the forest. Everything was so foggy,
Hmm.
and you hearing this type of sound, you're in for quite a thriller and adrenaline rush that you want to run as hell because you don't know what's coming to get you. And
Hmm.
this is what made me feel. I felt creeped out. I felt like someone was out to get me, and I just didn't know when that was coming. I had goosebumps traveling all over my arms. But definitely this album
Oh,
was, yeah, something I really, really enjoyed, and I don't regret it. So,
It would
um,
make a great soundtrack for that film Borders. I don't know if you've ever seen Borders. It's a Canadian film.
no,
It takes place in a forest, so it's a lot like what you just described.
yeah,
This would
yeah,
really go well with that.
yeah.
That's
So
good.
yeah, this is their first album,
Hmm.
but they have six albums on their Spotify. But if on Bandcamp, they have a whole other catalog, more than what I just mentioned. So
Really?
and with different covers and but yeah, you'll find those on there.
I'll check them on
Um,
Bandcamp. Yeah.
yeah, check them out. Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube. That's where you'll find everything on there. Next one is SW1n-Hunter album Trust, and this is their second album, and eight tracks, 36 minutes, and this is the genres avant-garde, drone, electroacoustic, electronic, and noise from Newcastle, UK. So let me play this one here.
Reasonably priced.
All right.
Whoa, that's very
Yeah,
heavy.
it is. As you're listening to this whole album, you feel like you're being pulled back, even though you want to move forward, but you really
Hmm.
can't because something's holding on to you so hard. It's you're curious enough to know how far this album will take you,
Hmm.
and it could take you many, many places. But at the end of the ride, you won't feel any sort of regret because whoever was gripping onto you, it was well worth it because you needed to listen to this album. That's as far
Cool.
as I can describe it. But
Good job. Good job.
yeah, so it's
That was
really
almost
good.
industrial, but it was very different.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
it is. Very atmospheric too.
Hmm.
This is their they have two he has this guy's got two albums. So yeah, check this out on Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube. Really, really, really good stuff. I recommend it. And
I don't need drugs. I've got Swin Hunter. You got that?
Rajin Sharafi,
All right.
urns waiting to be fed. So if you guys could, if you have urns around, please feed them to me. This came out in 20 this came out in 2019. First album, eight tracks, 56 minutes. The genre is electronic and experimental and all the way from Vienna, Austria.
Mm.
So let me play the first track here. So, as she describes this album of hers, an
Mm.
abstract music that narrates makes you form your own image from that event, story, and build up history. Elements turn into characters, characters into myths, myths live together, grow, react, and go into their paths. The paths that surprise you, the beauty of uncertainty, and the beauty of parallel lives. Couldn't guess where they are going to lead you in each track and in the whole album. You follow and they chase you.
Wow.
So that's what she put on her Bandcamp. So if you guys could read more into it. So that's a little bit of what I can read from what she gathers. So my experience, um, when I listened to this is the second time I listened to this her second album. Um, well, this album, I uh, I felt like I was plugged in, and I was writing a lot of my poems at the time. So I just felt plugged in, and I was writing something, and I didn't even know at the end when the whole album was done. I'm like, oh, I wrote this. So I got unplugged after. And I said, wow, can't believe I wrote this based on her music. What
Oh,
her music and sound made my brain do to write these kinds of things. I never thought I
Mm.
could write them, but thanks to her music,
wow.
that's what it gave me. It gave me a whole other drug that,
Wow.
yeah, natural drug, natural. So check her out. It's really good stuff. Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube.
Uh, do you have your poetry online anywhere?
Yes, I will send you the link on here so you could check it out.
Okay.
Um, so the next one is Hella, Hold Your Horse Is, all the way from Sacramento, and this is their first album. Came out in 2002, 9 tracks, 34 minutes. This genre is considered math rock, instrumental, and experimental. If
Wow.
you don't know who Hella is, let me
No.
give you some trivia facts. If you guys are a fan of Death Grips, this is the
Yeah.
drummer. This is the drummer, his
Death
project
grips.
band.
Wow.
Yeah, this is his project band. He does
Hmm.
everything. He does everything. He does the drumming here. He's a monster. So I'm sure all of you Death Grip fans know who Hella is. So pretty much, I'm gonna play the this track 1-800 Ghost Dance. Okay, so um, I had a really good time with this album. I read somewhere on the review of this first album that this first album of his changed the way math rock is done. So they pretty much, I mean, math rock's been around for a while, but this album pretty much changed the direction that math rock should be going.
Oh,
And yeah, so that every other math rock band comes back to this album as an influence because they it changed the way it should feel. So I was blown away because I'm thinking Death Grips, like man, that's a whole completely different band from what he's doing with Hella. And this one is so damn good. It really good from beginning, middle to end. It doesn't stop. The changes, the way he comes about approaching with the drums, the oh my God, like I don't even know how he does it. Till this day with Death Grips, I still don't know how he does it. But he's a monster. And so is
Yeah, he's
this.
a very bold drummer. He really is. I mean, Death Grips, one
Yeah.
of the things I love about the band is the drummer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just so crazy and such a force to be reckoned with. So
Hmm.
check out Hala, Hold Your Horses is. on Bandcamp, Spotify, and YouTube. He does have 6 other albums, so check them out as well. Um, but yeah, that's those are my picks of the day.
Great. Wow.
You're always reliable, Charlie.
I try. I try.
Thank you so much.